welcome to Rebel Ants Radio. This is the podcast for the Rebel Ants NFT project, where we are building in public here, showcasing our journey, going from 0 to hopefully 10,000 NFTs. And I am joined today by my co-host, co-pilot, and co-founder, Miguel, as well as our special guest here, Don from PixlCanz. Don, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, man.
Good. And, Miguel, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right. So before we dive into Don and his project, let's just go through a couple of announcements up front. So first of all, Rebel Ants is minting. So head over to rebelants.io and you will be able to mint a Rebel Ant for 0.05. So rebelants.io, you can mint right through there. That is generated through the bueno.art program. So it's legitimate, it's above water, and we hope you will join us on our journey here, supporting the little guy. And we also want to follow up on the discussion from last week where we talked about being able to redeem the gift box for the early minters. So if you head over to rebelants.io/gift, we will take your information, send you a gift box. So head over there, put in your information. It'll verify that you are a Rebel Ants holder. And we just need your physical address so we can send you that. We won't do anything else with it, I promise. And again, it's being collected through a bueno.art form, which is legit and handled safely. And we invite you to go redeem what you have earned. So, Miguel, what did I miss up top?
No, actually, that's pretty much it. But I do have an update too. We finally finalized the boxes that, for the gift. So that's finally done. We are just waiting for the boxes to come in so we can start shipping out, hopefully, maybe in about another week or a week and a half.
Beautiful. All right, Don, the show is all yours. We met you through Gavin, I think, right? Which was all through the Bueno.
Yep. Bueno family. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, our job here is to showcase the little guy, and not in a demeaning way, but we think you're.
I'm 5'3", man, so I'll take it literal.
Yeah, we're probably all around at the same spot. You know, starting our journey one way or another. First of all, we have a comment here from T Baggins. Hello, here from PixlCanz. Good luck, guys. Thank you, T. Thanks for joining us. And
thanks,
Don, give us the elevator pitch. What's your project about?
All right, well, PixlCanz, man, it's a 333 collection. They're pretty dope PFPs. They have utility attached to them. Okay, this will be a starter project. It's we're opening up to build with the community that we have here. We want to have all 333 holders of the original NFTs build with us to create the next couple collections that we drop. So the holders of these ones will be able to have say in, you know, price, size of the collection, and maybe later down the line, even some art they can submit if they'd like to help us build this, right? So my original idea with this was to make it with the community, but it's grown to so much more than that. We've had utilities added to even our current tokens. I started the OG list. Anyone who knows the project knows, like, to get the info, go to our Discord. Start off, all right, everything is there. But in short, you can earn for holding our NFTs. If you're an OG member of the community, you already have an NFT because I've airdropped over 100 and something, 105, I think, to each member. Wow. So there's a friend that I have who's actually put me on to this other company called Funky NFT, and these guys will help us earn just for holding both the OG and our upcoming PixlCanz plus any future NFTs. So just for holding it in your wallet, you can go connect on. We have our own website store. You can go there. You can download the Chrome extension from Google, and you can just check your earnings and redeem for. We have like I think there's an Azuki, some Kaijus. Yeah. There's some rewards in there you can get. Now, don't get me wrong. It takes a lot to get one of those, you know, and PixlCanz is just a smaller player in that, but we're part of it and you can earn from holding, right? Other than that, though, like I said, we got a lot to do. It's still early in the project. Yeah. And we're just trying to get this first mint out, right? We'll be going out. We're going OG phase will be October 20th. Or sorry, December 20th. I just released the dates the other day. It'll be December 20th. Then we'll go 21st for whitelist, and we'll go the 22nd for the public, and that's only if we need it. That would be if, you know, whitelist doesn't mint or OG doesn't mint, because I'm only allowing a 24-hour period for each, right?
Oh, great.
So OGs can mint 2, whitelist can also mint too at this point. But after the mint, I'll be closing the Discord to only holders, and the OGs will have special access to other things that no one else will.
Nice.
Right.
Interesting.
It's a free mint, is that right?
It's a free mint, yeah. So that you just have, it's on Ethereum. So you're gonna have to pay the standard Ethereum gas price for any mint that you would, but other than that, it's completely free. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you decide on free versus not free?
I don't want to make money off of people. That's not why I'm here, right? I just want to share the art, and I want to, you know, open the door, see where we can go with this, build with people, right? Like I'm not looking to profit from anyone here. I'm looking to invest in other people, if anything.
Sure.
So
Nice.
yeah, it's just, you know, I want to see where I can go with this. So free is free, right? I don't mind putting some of my money into something. Like I said, I'm an artist from heart, you know, old school. I'm 35 years old. I'm an old school graffiti artist from, you know, back when I was getting in trouble a lot. Okay, I used to paint streets, paint bridges, paint all that. And this is really a way for me to transfer that energy as an older guy. Now I have kids, you know what I mean? I'm not a bad, you know, I'm an upstanding citizen now, guys. You know, I pay my taxes like everyone else. You know, so yeah. I'm trying to channel that and channel my art into something on Web3, because I'm a big crypto guy too. You know what I say? That's where it started, right? ETH, and I got SHIB, and I got, you know, I had the Luna, and I had all this stuff that tanked and all this stuff that I'm a long holder though. So I feel like we're going to go good places in the crypto market. It's just going to take a while, right?
There you go.
I agree.
I feel like it's going to get worse before we get there. Like, don't get me wrong, but I feel like we'll get there.
Yeah, so, I feel the same way.
And that's why also that contributes to the free mint right now, because I know a lot of people are down bad. Yeah. You know, and I get it. Yeah. It comes with the territory and the game that we're playing here, and the kind of field that we're in. So
that makes sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what motivated you to just create the artwork?
Like the style of art?
The style of art, yeah.
Yeah. I used a lot of, for this one, it's a lot of traits that, you know, I grew up with, right? We got some Chucky traits and some Vader traits and some Frankenstein traits. And like, I'm from the 90s. I'm a big 90s guy. I'm still stuck there. So like all these things that influenced me growing up, probably you'll see in my collections, right? As you would in anyone's art, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. It's the graffiti cans I chose because, like I said, I'm an old school graffiti artist, and I want to tell a story here. So you'll see more how this evolves as I grow the collection. My second collection will be tied into this one, and my third will be tied into those, and it'll kind of tell a story as we grow here.
That's cool. Nice. I know on our call earlier in the week, just touching base, you know, the comment kind of came up that you're using these copyrighted material, but because you're not charging anything, there's really no
like I said, I'm not trying to make money off of these ones. So it's like, this is later down the line, I'll build with these guys that we have here on our Discord and all the people who want to invest by getting a PixlCanz. By paying gas, you're paying enough to show me that you want my art and to show me that you want to be part of the project. You know what I mean? Which is my choice and why I went Ethereum as opposed to something like where I could have went Polygon, made it super cheap for all these guys to get the NFTs. I want to know that they're actually here to support the project and grow with us. So
it makes sense. How do you find inspiration?
Right now, my kids. Honestly, that's it for me, dude. Yeah, staying out of trouble. You know, my kids. Art's always been my channel for everything, anger, happiness, all that. It's just the way it's been for me. All right.
I think there's
artistic creature. So, you know, this is the best way for me, I feel. When I found NFTs, like I found out through a couple of buddies of mine, and I had no idea. It opened a whole new, I was like, well, you know, one of those mind-blowing moments that this was actually a thing that could be happening. And I was like, oh, okay, well, it's still early stages, so let's dip our toes in. You know what I mean? Like we have people that have coding experience here. We have people that have, you know, art experience. I have people that have like marketing and promotion experience around me in my circle. So, you know, and the people that I've talked to, some are not so happy. They don't like the crypto space in general, but I'm sure you guys have both ran into that resistance and family members and things like that.
Oh yeah.
But you know, there's a lot that are supportive. So, you know, we're all going to work together and hopefully make this work.
Yeah. What was your first impression when you learned about NFTs, having the crypto background and then kind of saying, okay, what is this take on crypto? What were your first impressions? Did it kind of click, or were you like a little suspicious?
I was excited, but at the same time, I was like, what for longevity? How can this last? Like, how is it, you know, like I I get it. Like people are like, oh, how did you pay? Or like, how is someone paying $75,000 for a profile picture of like an apple or something like that? You know what I mean? Like it's insane to some people, but once you look deeper into it and realize that there's other things, it's more than just a picture, right? There's other ways to explain it, like it's a token or a membership to a sports club or something like that. You know, if you explain it in that way, people pay millions of dollars to have a membership to the Disney overnight sport club. You know what I mean? Or so there's no difference in this way, especially with the way we're going in Web3. And it's resisted the same way I feel that the internet was resisted when it first came out. You know what I mean? It's too expensive. There's not enough utility. There's no application for it in the real world. All the same resistance that Web3 and NFTs and all this is hitting is the exact same that what the internet had when it dropped. So I feel like we got something here. You know what I mean? I've done a lot of research into the space, and I feel like NFTs are here to stay. Even at the bare bone minimum, if they just stay to help artists promote and make a little bit of money off of their art, or, you know, even just share their art with people, then so be it, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a cool idea.
I think that, like I mentioned earlier before off camera, but I think that NFTs are a huge platform for just people that are not known, that are artists, that are amazing artists. Like I've met through on Twitter, how many artists out there are like extremely amazing that have no idea, no clue at all that NFTs exist. You know, even during like Thanksgiving dinner, like talking to my family and people that I know that are artists, they have no clue that what an NFT is or if that it even exists. So it's a huge platform for artists, and I think it's something great. You know, like I when NFTs first came out, it was like you said, it was that mind-blowing moment. Like, oh my God, we have a platform. Like,
there's a way I can do this with it. Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't have to go paint on a train or a bridge or a building or a you know, canvas or whatever you're painting on, right? So we can do this legitimately. And I've always been curious about stepping into the world of digital art. Like, you know, I'm a video game fan. Who isn't nowadays, honestly? Like I'm fans of, you know, digital movies though too. So and it comes with the art. Cartooning is like the big thing for me, right? Like graffiti aside, that's what led me to graffiti, because you can add the cartoons into the letters and, you know, really play with the word structure and make them come alive if you want to, right?
Yeah. Did you have an artistic influence when it comes to graffiti, or was that something that you just kind of took off on your own?
Did it a lot. My friends, all of us growing up, it's just something we did a lot. It just stuck with me. You know, I was always doodling in class when I probably should have been doing my studies, but
I can relate.
What do you do? Right? I still passed. I got through it all. You know, so.
Yeah, I can't relate. I mean, I remember just sitting in class, like even in grammar school, high school for us here in the US, it was just me just kind of not even paying attention, just doodling away on my notebooks. I think 90% of my notebook was just drawings of stuff, you know, just doing letters, just doing whatever I could think of that pops in your head.
The amount I would pay to have one of my old school textbooks or something like that, just to see the things that I put in those books, honestly.
Yeah. I agree.
think the extent of my drawing ability was that cool S that we used to make back in the 90s with the
with the 6 lines.
That's universal, all right?
Exactly,
you gotta start there, right?
Yeah, that S is universal.
I think there's a Vice episode about that, or a Vice documentary about that S. Like, where did that come from and how did it become so universal, right? Like, talk about going viral. You know, who knows how that became so popular?
Or is it an infinity symbol sideways? Like, you never know. Is the back wrapping around?
I've never drawn it sideways, so no, I don't know. So Don, you had talked about, you know, you had mentioned you don't really do the coding side of things, but here you are, the head of an NFT project. Do you have a team behind you, or, you know, how is all this stuff done?
I do. I have several mods. Like I said, I'm surrounded by people that know what they're doing heavily when it comes to developing and coding and all of that stuff, right? I'm using Bueno simply for this one because for the simplicity of it, it's easier. You know what I mean? But as I've been doing this, like I said, the last 6 months, I've been building up people in my social circle here who can help me deploy and develop my own for the next ones, and, you know, do it better. I think not better than Bueno, but like more customized to myself, if I can say it that way, right?
Yeah, what was that journey like to find these people that I guess were strangers to you and now trust them with?
Well, that's the thing. Some of them weren't. right? Some of them were right under my nose, friends, people that I've known for years that I had no idea that were in the crypto space even.
Right.
That like as soon as I created this project and started, you put a couple posts out there, you put yourself out there, and some people around you will notice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had people that I grew up with that approached me that, hey, I know this about this, what do you know? And I'm like, I know nothing about that. So how you been? It's like, people build and we reconnect and we talk and, it's good. That's probably my favorite part about having created this project, honestly, is I've reconnected and meeting with so many new people. Right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's how me and Kevin kind of like took off. We started talking about crypto one day, I remember, and it just kind of went off from there. We were like, oh my God, we're the only two in the family that know about this stuff.
Yeah.
We just kind of hit it off after that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
here we are.
So a buddy of mine, he's in my project now. He's helped me with some stuff I'll be talking about, not tonight, but maybe on a future episode with you guys or later on. I'll be talking about that, and it'll be released to holders after. And I've known him since I was probably 3 years old. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And I didn't talk to him for maybe 15 years.
Yeah.
But you talk to him after, and it's like nothing's changed. Same old dudes, same old things. It's like obviously things have changed. My beard's more white. It's longer. He can do faster and bigger catwalks on his motorcycle and stuff like that now. But he's upgraded a little bit. But same thing. Just it's cool.
Right.
Very cool.
You had you'd mentioned that even on the weekends you're working crazy hours. So you've got a family. You've got you've got at least one job that I'm aware of, and you're working on this crypto project, this this NFT project. You're talking about launching V1. You're not even there yet, but you're already planning V2, V3. How are you managing your time? How do you balance this? And what has worked for you? What hasn't worked?
I secretly have a set of Dr. Octopus arms that you can't see on screen right now that handle. No, my wife, she's a blessing, girlfriend, blessing, love her to death, helps so much. You know what I mean? Rock. Saves me with the kids, puts up with my crap, got a tight circle around me, man, and it is a juggle. It's a struggle. Sometimes it's a lot of sleepless nights. Like I said, I put in a lot of work. Weekends tonight I said this off camera, but tonight was probably the worst possible night I could be doing a podcast. I just got off working, X amount of hours for 3 days, haven't been home, need to be here, rest, get this trimmed up and all that good stuff. But I can't pass up an opportunity. So I'm here to build, right? It's nonstop for me. It's just how I am.
Well, we definitely appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. And we definitely were interested in your project. And Gavin is such a cool dude too. He introduced us to you, and we were excited to have you on our podcast just to learn your background and stuff. I think that your art's pretty cool, like I mentioned earlier. And I think it's gonna go a long way. So hang in there.
And I'm feeling the Rebel Ants a lot too. All right. I'm probably going to ape in after this. I've just had a busy, I haven't really had a chance to do too much research deep into you guys, but with the launch of the project in 9 days and all that, but I'm gonna, all right. I'll give you my word. Gavin's a good dude too, man. I'll vouch for him to anybody watching. You know what I mean? He's a solid one.
Cool.
So,
yeah, for
and
sure.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah. What's what of all the aspects of running an NFT project or, trying to make it successful, what part have you found the most challenging, whether it's the marketing, the Discord, the community, the technical side of it? What has been your biggest challenge so far? And what
they all have their hard ends, you know what I mean? Yeah, but they do, honestly. There's certain aspects of each one of those things that you said that could drive a man nuts if he doesn't, check himself. But probably, honestly, right now, I'd say marketing in this market.
Yes, 100%.
You know what I mean? If the art's good, it'll sell itself. If you're a people person, you talk, you sell yourself. You know what I mean? But it's just in this type of a situation with what we're seeing going on. I know it's tough for a lot of people, but there's also the guys like us, like me, who's a strong believer that this is by the bottom, man. You know what I mean? That's honestly, that's the best advice you can give someone if they're hopping into the space right now, or if they've been a long time. If you think that it's going to go, somewhere, then this is the best time. There's no better time right now.
Yeah, and I also feel like the people that are starting their projects now are the ones who are going to go for the long, the long road. So
exactly.
It's a tough market right now.
It's the hardest time to start. no one likes to start the marathon in the winter, but by the time the spring comes, you're happy you did, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
100%. Do you have any favorite NFT projects out there right now?
Average Bob's, baby.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, bro, I love it. I love the concept too. You know, I'm a big fan, honestly. I'm a Bob fanboy. What do I tell you? It's very
Yeah,
cool.
I really can't wait to see where he takes his project.
Yeah.
When we're talking to him, I think that he has some really cool ideas, and I just can't wait to see what happens, you know, in another year or so.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of projects though that I'm a big fan of right now. Gas, I think is gonna go somewhere. If you guys know what that is, I've always been a fan of Kaiju King. What else right now? Granny's taking shots. If you guys have heard of that.
Yeah.
Beast is something that's big. Cyber Turtles NFT. There's a lot of them, man. I got wallets full of degen and that like. There's
Same.
projects too that I have that are worthless now that have been rugged numerous, you know.
Sure.
So that was another big part of the reason we started this, right? Like, just we're tired of that stuff, right? So,
unfortunately, a rite of passage in this industry, right? In this field.
I think you have to be rugged a couple hundred times before you can really
you gotta lose a lot of money,
it.
otherwise you're not OG. Right?
Like, yeah.
I mean,
that's the way it goes, man.
I think we talked about it on one of our episodes that we've been rugged a few times on some certain projects. But you know what's funny? There's one particular project which I won't say the name, but I got rugged and the artwork was amazing. Like the artwork was great.
Yeah. Like, and there was one that like I was in. I won't say the name either, but like, you know, very good, well done, every aspect of it. And I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it's just
gone.
Positive.
The lesson I learned is don't make any purchases at 3 a.m. while you're scrolling through Twitter in your bed, because
agreed,
you're not doing the research that you should be doing. It's a little too impulsive, and nothing good has come from those purchases.
No. Yeah, don't just sit on icy tools for hours, all right? Minting your life away, right? Because hey, it could work for you. You never know. Some people are good at it. All right.
Do you feel that art helps you in any other areas of your life? Through
everything, man. Yeah, over the years for sure. It's kept me out of jail. It's been my outlet. Honestly, it's kept me sober. I don't drink. I don't do nothing. You know what I mean? Like I'm straight and boring as can be, dude. All I do is I channel it, right? I do art.
Yeah, I always tell people that art is all around us, right? Like even when you walk outside, somebody had to pave the sidewalk. That's art. You know, somebody had to create the light post. That's art. You know, somebody had to do something that you're looking at, and that's all art. It's all around us.
Well, even at my jobs and my day job, all that I work numbers and shapes and things like that constantly, right? So it's everything has the numbers, the shapes, the patterns. I think that's just the way my brain works. Honestly, is on that level. So it's been natural to me.
Yeah. Don, I want to ask you about your take on AI art, but before we do that, I want to take a moment to drop our secret code for this episode, which is CANZ, C-A-N-Z. So if you head over to rebelants.io/proof, drop the secret code in there within the next 24 hours. The first 3 people to do this will get a free Rebel Ant airdrop to them. So this is your proof of attendance protocol that we're messing with. Go do that now. We're attempting this as a proof of attendance effort. We want to thank our viewers and our listeners. So if you hear this or watch it within the next 24 hours, the secret code is CANZ, C-A-N-Z. And you can head over to rebelants.io/proof and drop that in there. And then we will airdrop you your free Rebel Ant. So thanks for watching. So anyway, Dom, back to you. What are your thoughts on AI art? I think there's been a lot of talk over the last few weeks. Just it's taken over. So where do you stand on this?
It's funny. I should go get my wife for this. She has just sent me today AI art of myself, my kids, her, you know, all of us. And I don't know, I'm a fan of some of it. It takes away from a real artist, I guess, but it's skillful. I'm not gonna lie. Like some of it is very cool, and if you take it for what it is, it's cool, you know. But like, where do you? I I don't know. It's a hard line, man. That's a hard line to draw because now you got AI doing your art. Okay, so are you gonna have AI doing your banking next? Or are you gonna have AI doing, taking care of your whatever, your finances, your security of your home, your codes of everything? I don't know. I don't know where I draw the line with AI. That's a hard question, dude. Honestly,
Yeah.
the art's cool though. I like the art. Some of it.
Yeah.
Some of it is whack.
Yeah, there was the project that dropped over the week. I think it was called the Dory Samurai. Is that what it was? It was a Bueno project. It was
Samurai,
getting
yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
was getting some
I'm aware
promotion.
of it.
And
Mhm.
then there were some quick replications of that project that were generated with AI, and people are saying like, well, this sort of defeats the purpose if you could recreate this within a matter of hours. Granted, there's no community, there's no utility behind it, but just the fact that you can just recreate it, brings
Well,
a
that's
lot
what
of
I mean.
peace into
That's
question.
your rug's waiting to happen right there.
Exactly
Right?
right.
That's
That's what
all
I'm
it is.
saying.
That's the guy buying them on Icy Tools and losing his money all right there because he didn't
Yeah.
do his research and bought the wrong project with the wrong name that he thought it was. That's what that is, and it sucks for the space. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
The
does.
AI
Yeah.
programs. If you're talking about AI in the crypto space and in the NFT space, then it's a bad thing. Honestly, I don't know, but maybe it's not because then it gives people who want to be able to express yourself with art, an outlet to express yourself with art.
Yeah, it's a tool, right? It's a tool. So maybe it's not the whole thing, but I've heard some interviews on other podcasts where people are AI artists, and they're saying, look, it takes a lot of practice to, get the right prompts and get a specific look. And I guess that's not something that just sounds
That's
as
easy.
easy or
Yeah.
isn't as easy as it sounds.
I
So
guess, yeah, I can see that.
yeah,
I'm not.
there's some credibility there.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Everybody has their own, I guess, niche, right?
Yeah.
I think that's
See,
what it is.
I take the artist side of it, but if I was more on the dev side of it, where I was more coding background and all that, I would probably be all for it because then I'd be able to, express myself and start projects and do things like that without having, like I have Bueno to be able to help me with the first one and the
Right.
people around me to be able to help me with the other aspects of it. So it's like, if I didn't, we wouldn't have PixlCanz. You know what I mean? If you guys didn't have each other, you wouldn't have Rebel Ants.
That is
You
true.
know?
True.
So
Yeah.
it's like sometimes you don't have those in real life connections, so you need that program. So
Yeah, very fair. Right. Like
maybe it
having the
is a
vision.
viable thing, but in the fact that you're going to duplicate 42 of the same program and rip people off, I'm not for it if that's the case. Right? So I
Yeah,
guess
that
it's
is
the
true.
use case of the AI would be what it comes down to.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
So we have a comment. It doesn't allow me to register.
Yeah,
Kevin,
let's go take a look at that.
what is happening there?
I broke it. I don't know. Let me go check it out. I will. I'll troubleshoot this live. Why don't you guys talk art to artist, and I'll work on this.
So I do have a question. Can you describe your dream project? Like, what would be your dream project?
I'm making it, baby. This is it. I don't know. This is what I expected out of it. This is what it pretty much is,
Yeah.
So that's it. Connect with people, create, be able to self-fund and help everybody else self-fund through this, and share my art with people all around the world, which is cool. It's always been the best part about it, dude.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's the question I'm really looking for? Like, what drives, besides your kids, like what drives the way that you do your art, like the actual look of it, if that makes sense?
Like the style that I choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly like I said, cartoon driven, right? I start there and I go from that. PixlCanz is gonna start as, for lack of better words, a shittier looking collection for where I can go. All right,
Yeah.
it's chunky, it moves slow. It's for a reason. Like I said, I'm gonna tell a story with the art as it evolves through the project, right? So because every single artist, I can't say that, there's prodigies, but every single artist started with drawing a stick man or doodling in their textbook, right? So
Yeah.
that's where I wanted to start this, was doodles in my Web3 book, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. So like for me, for example, like Rebel Ants, it's a base, right? It's a simple artwork. I wanted to make it simple. I wanted to make it something that's very simple lines, simple art, that anybody can copy paste or, even draw it themselves at home if they want to, just something that they can learn from, as an artist. For me, it's all about the artist, and showcasing, what they can and cannot do. I think every artist out there, it's has their own style, right? Regardless of what it is that they're doing.
No, you're right. Yeah.
And for me, it's more of showcasing that art, and that person, because to me, everything that you draw and everything that you do as far as art has an expression of someone's personality, right? So that's what I really want to showcase, that personality of that person, just to give, again, like that credibility of the art, if that makes sense.
I hear you. And that's where I said earlier, like, I have a lot of the things that inspired me growing up in my art, right? Where I have this comes from years of everything. And what I thought was very cool. You can actually take a look at that. It's through our Discord and our official links if you ever make your way through all of them. But if you go down in there, you'll find yourself to one of the older collections. I believe it's OG. The PixlCanz OG DGen collection, you can go and see. And it was created, that's what you're seeing on the screen right now, the originals, right? And there was, I believe, don't quote me, 80 maybe of those, not even. And they were all based after things that I loved, Santa Claus, Frankenstein, Darth Vader, Buzz Lightyear. We got SpongeBob Square. Like, we got all these cool things in there that I love. You know what I mean? That I grew up loving and all this. So that's where I get the traits. Break them off, break them down, mix them up, mash them together, and generate a collection, right? So that's where we're going to start with this. But like you said, with it being so simple, it's my collections are going to evolve as they go. So
yeah, that's exactly what we're doing too. So for us, we have a V2 that we're working on right now that it's more complex, right? Now the ants start taking shape, start taking a story. With V3, we're planning on doing some more of like more complexity on the ant itself. What we really want to do is kind of get into, and we talked a little bit about this in our last episode, where we want to take it to some sort of animation where you're able to choose the fate of the ant, sort of like a movie, right?
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
So depending on what ant you choose, what ant you get, you can kind of decide on some sort of DAO or something like that, like the fate of the ant, of where it's going to go. So it'll be some sort of animation. At least that's the plan in my head. Whether it comes to life or not, we're not 100% sure yet. But
hey, it's a work, right? It takes time. It takes. Yeah. That's good though, man. I like that. Actually, it's very cool.
Yeah,
I gotta research the ants more, man. See, you're getting me all excited. I gotta go. Like I said, I got a new PC when I hopped in with the party with you, so I'm gonna be tinkering when I'm done here. But I'll get on there after. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, that's cool. I want to evolve my collection as well, like in a similar way. I'm not saying too much because I haven't released the info and I don't want to give it out. Sure. That's going to be released to holders after mint, so another 9-10 days or something like that. I'll have a talk with some people about that, right? I have some ideas. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, we'll bring you back on when you can talk more about it and what the future holds. We have a question here from Gina is Blessed. What are the next steps for PixlCanz? Moving to cartoon ? So what can you share about the future?
Moving to cartoon, we got, this average Bob's gonna give me my own episode. No, I'm just
You're gonna feature people.
I would love to. So Gavin, hit me up. No, you know what I mean? So that's cool. I have animations. I have lots of them. I just haven't released them. So that's coming a little bit later. But if you guys are familiar with South Park, Canadians, and you know how our animations move. Don't judge me. No, it'll be cool though, I think. And the only thing I can really say is that Collection 1 and Collection 2 combined is going to kind of give you what Collection 3 is, right? So, and it'll be animated. So
awesome. I think that the next wave of animation is going to be based a lot on NFTs. If you look at the last maybe 10 years or so, like the animation, I remember as a kid waking up on Saturdays to watch cartoons, right? And during the weekend, Saturdays and Sundays, and now it's like there's nothing out there, right? The cartoons are
You're right. My kids don't watch that kind of stuff anymore, I'll tell you that much. Like, I wish they did, honestly.
Yeah, and I feel like NFTs are going to be what's going to bring it back in some sort of way.
I can tell
See,
you
I
that.
own that Bugs Bunny, son.
Yeah, exactly. When Robotos comes out, I'm gonna make my kids watch it and be like, "I
You
own
got
one
it.
of those."
Yeah,
Watch
like,
that Roboto.
you got
Um,
it.
All right, Don. What message would you like to get out to the crowd before we wrap up here? Where can people find you? What's your call to action to them? What should they do?
I'm always on the Discord, man. 24/7. I got, it drives me a little insane, but I have every notification on that thing. So you can always contact me there no matter what. Honestly, that's going to be my biggest tool to offer to you guys as a utility moving forward after Mint, and anybody who's willing to come work with us. So you can contact me there. You can also holler at PixlCanz on NFT or on Twitter, PixlCanz NFT on Twitter, or just PixlCanz Mastodon on Twitter if you want. You can DM.
Do you have a website yet for your project?
We do. It's a work in progress still, right? It's on a Wix site. It's a Wix site's PixlCanz NFT. So we haven't really got a domain name. We haven't really pushed forward with that. That's still, in the pipeline on the way down. Yep.
Are people able to go into your Discord through Twitter?
Yeah, it's open right now to anybody. After Mint, I'll be closing everything except for the general chat to the public. Anyone can still come in and shoot the shit and vibe in the general if they want to, you know what I mean? As long as they're not there to cause havoc. But other than that, I want to keep the rest of it closed. I'm going to have separate channels for my OGs where I'll be doing giveaways. I'm already currently doing giveaways. We did like a Rumble. I gave away $10 in ETH today. We do random stuff like that all the time in there. So we're constantly trying to give back to the people that are here to help us grow, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I did see some of that on your Discord today. I was going through it. It's very busy in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming some days, man. But some days are slow too, right? So you got to take the good with the bad, right?
Yeah.
I don't even have time sometimes to look at Discord.
I know, it's a lot. I got several on the go, so it's like.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, Miguel, any closing words before I rattle off a bunch of links and things for people to do?
No, I just wanted to say thank you to Don for being in our show today, and I wish him nothing but success, and hopefully we could have him in the future to see how his project grows and continues to grow. At some point, maybe a few months from now or so, just to see where he's at with his project, and just looking forward to seeing him grow and seeing what happens.
All right, yeah, you guys aren't gonna get rid of me now. I'm gonna be bugging you on your website, so don't worry, you'll hear from me, man. I appreciate the output. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Absolutely. Good.
All right.
So we appreciate everyone watching, everyone joining from the PixlCanz community. As a reminder, you can head over to rebelants.io. You can mint from there. You can access our YouTube channel from there as well, where we invite you to subscribe, whether it's to the YouTube channel or on your favorite podcast player, whether it's Apple, Overcast, Spotify podcast. You can find us everywhere, and we hope that you will follow along our journey here as we continue to build in public. Check out at PixlCanz NFT on Twitter. We have an exciting guest next week as well, Eric Rhodes, which is at Eric P. Rhodes on Twitter. He's just dropped a new NFT project called Down the Rabbit Hole. Yeah. Very exciting project to follow along with. So we hope you'll join for that. And again, if you are watching and you want to drop the secret code, which is now working on Bueno Forums, you can go over to rebelants.io/proof and drop in the secret code CANZ, C-A-N-Z. Do it within 24 hours of the show airing, and we will get you a free Rebel Ant if you're in the first 3 to do that. So thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you next week. Don, best of luck to you and your project and your family, and we will have you back on soon, all right?
All right.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.